If lights are dimming when appliances draw power, consider these potential causes. Firstly, loose or corroded connections. Check all electrical connections, including wire nuts, terminals, and splices, for looseness or corrosion. This can cause resistance and voltage drops. Secondly, overloaded circuit. Appliances drawing high power can overload circuits, leading to voltage sags and dimming lights. Check if any circuits are carrying too much load. Thirdly, voltage drop in neutral. A weak or damaged neutral conductor can cause voltage drops, resulting in dimming lights. Check the neutral connections and ensure they are properly sized and connected. Fourthly, grounding issue. A poor grounding system can interfere with the proper flow of electricity and cause voltage fluctuations. Inspect the grounding connections at the breaker box, outlets, and electrical fixtures. Fifthly, EMI or electromagnetic interference. Some appliances, such as electric motors, can generate electromagnetic interference that can disrupt voltage stability. Check for any appliances or devices that may be causing EMI. Here are some troubleshooting tips to help you. 1. Run appliances one by one. Disconnect all appliances except for the one causing the issue. Gradually add appliances back to the circuit to identify the source of the problem. 2. Use a load meter. Connect a load meter to the circuit to measure the total demand. If the load exceeds the capacity of the circuit, it may need to be upgraded. 3. Check neutral connections. Disconnect the neutral wire from the breaker box and measure its voltage while an appliance is running. If the voltage drops significantly, there may be a problem with the neutral circuit. 4. Inspect grounding. Ensure that the grounding rod is properly connected and that there is a good connection between the breaker box, outlets, and electrical fixtures. 5. Rule out EMI. If the problem persists, try turning off any appliances that may be generating EMI and see if the issue resolves. Additional considerations to review include the size of the breaker box and its capacity, the age and condition of the electrical wiring, the location of the electrical panel and its distance from appliances, and any recent electrical modifications or installations. If these troubleshooting steps do not resolve the issue, it is recommended to consult with a licensed electrician for further diagnosis and repairs. Ensuring proper electrical connections is crucial for safety and efficient operation of electrical systems. Begin by visually inspecting all accessible connections. Look for signs of corrosion, which appears as a green or white powdery substance on the metal. Also, check for any loose wires or connections. To properly inspect connections, you will need to turn off the power to the affected circuit at the breaker box. This is a critical safety precaution. Once the power is off, use a non-contact voltage tester to confirm that the circuit is indeed energized. Next, carefully examine each wire nut. Wire nuts are used to connect two or more wires together. Make sure each wire nut is securely tightened. If any wire nuts are loose or cracked, replace them. When replacing wire nuts, use the correct size for the number and gauge of wires being connected. The packaging of the wire nuts will indicate the proper usage. Terminals are another common type of electrical connection. These are often found at outlets, switches, and light fixtures. Check the screws that secure the wires to the terminals. Make sure the screws are tight, but avoid over-tightening, which can damage the terminal or the wire. If the wires are connected to the terminals using spade connectors or ring connectors, ensure that these connectors are crimped tightly to the wires. Splices are connections where two or more wires are joined together without using wire nuts or terminals. These splices should be properly soldered and insulated with electrical tape or heat shrink tubing. If you find any splices that are not properly insulated, repair them immediately. Use high-quality electrical tape that is rated for the voltage and temperature of the circuit. Pay close attention to the neutral connections. The neutral wire is typically white and carries the return current back to the source. A loose or corroded neutral connection can cause a significant voltage drop, leading to dimming lights and other electrical problems. Check the neutral bus bar in the breaker box. Make sure all the neutral wires are securely connected to the bus bar. If you find any loose or corroded connections, clean the connections and tighten the screws. Also, check the neutral connections at outlets and light fixtures. An overloaded circuit is a common cause of dimming lights when appliances are used. Electrical circuits are designed to carry a specific amount of current measured in amps. When the total current draw of all the appliances on a circuit exceeds the circuit's capacity, it can cause a voltage drop and dimming lights. To determine if a circuit is overloaded, you need to identify all the appliances and devices that are connected to that circuit. This can be done by turning off the breaker for that circuit and then going around the house to see which outlets and lights are no longer working. Once you have identified all the devices on the circuit, you can calculate the total current draw. Look at the label on each appliance or device to find its power rating, which is usually given in watts. Divide the wattage by the voltage of the circuit, which is typically 120 volts in residential settings, to find the current draw in amps. Add up the current draw of all the devices on the circuit to find the total current draw. Compare the total current draw to the circuit's capacity. The circuit capacity is determined by the size of the breaker protecting the circuit. A 15 amp breaker can handle a maximum of 15 amps, while a 20 amp breaker can handle a maximum of 20 amps. However, it is generally recommended to not load a circuit to more than 80% of its capacity. This means that a 15 amp circuit should not be loaded to more than 12 amps, and a 20 amp circuit should not be loaded to more than 16 amps. If the total current draw exceeds the circuit's capacity, you have an overloaded circuit. To resolve this, you can either remove some of the devices from the circuit or upgrade the circuit to a higher capacity. Removing devices from the circuit involves unplugging or disconnecting some of the appliances or devices that are connected to the circuit. This will reduce the total current draw and may resolve the dimming lights problem. Upgrading the circuit involves replacing the breaker and the wiring with a higher capacity breaker and wiring. This should only be done by a qualified electrician. The neutral wire plays a crucial role in the proper functioning of an electrical system. It provides the return path for the current to flow back to the source. A weak or damaged neutral conductor can cause a voltage drop, resulting in dimming lights and other electrical problems. Check the neutral connections in the breaker box outlets and light fixtures. Make sure the connections are tight and free of corrosion. Also, inspect the neutral wire itself for any signs of damage, such as cuts, abrasions, or discoloration. If you find any damage, the wire should be replaced by a qualified electrician. To test the neutral wire, you can use a multimeter to measure the voltage between the neutral wire and the ground wire while an appliance is running. If the voltage is significantly higher than 0 volts, there may be a problem with the neutral wire. A poor grounding system can also cause voltage fluctuations and dimming lights. The grounding system provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to protect against electrical shock and fire hazard. The grounding system consists of a grounding electrode, which is typically a metal rod driven into the ground, and a grounding conductor, which connects the grounding electrode to the breaker box and other electrical equipment. Inspect the grounding connections at the breaker box outlets and electrical fixtures. Make sure the connections are tight and free of corrosion. Also, inspect the grounding conductor for any signs of damage, such as cuts, abrasions, or discoloration. If you find any damage, the wire should be replaced. To test the grounding system, you can use a multimeter to measure the resistance between the grounding electrode and the breaker box. The resistance should be as low as possible, ideally less than 25 ohms. If the resistance is higher than 25 ohms, there may be a problem with the grounding system. Some appliances, such as electric motors, can generate electromagnetic interference, which can disrupt voltage stability and cause dimming lights. To determine if EMI is the cause of the problem, try turning off any appliances that may be generating EMI and see if the issue resolves. If the problem resolves, you can try to mitigate the EMI by using filters or shielding. Running appliances one by one can help identify the source of the problem. This involves disconnecting all appliances except for the one causing the issue and then gradually adding appliances back to the circuit to see if the problem returns. If the problem returns when a specific appliances are added, that appliance may be the cause of the problem. Using a load meter can help measure the total demand on a circuit. This involves connecting a load meter to the circuit and then measuring the current draw while various appliances are running. If the load exceeds the capacity of the circuit, it may need to be upgraded. Disconnecting the neutral wire from the breaker box and measuring its voltage while an appliance is running can help identify problems with the neutral circuit. If the voltage drops significantly, there may be a problem with the neutral circuit. Ensuring that the grounding rod is properly connected and that there is a good connection between the breaker box, outlets, and electrical fixtures is essential for a safe and effective grounding system. Inspect these connections regularly and repair any damage or corrosion. If the problem persists after trying all of these troubleshooting steps, it is recommended to consult with a licensed electrician for further diagnosis and repairs. An electrician has the expertise and equipment to identify and resolve complex electrical problems. Also, it is important to consider the size of the breaker box and its capacity. A breaker box that is too small may not be able to handle the electrical demand of the house. The age and condition of the electrical wiring can also affect the performance of the electrical system. Old or damaged wiring may not be able to carry the required current, leading to voltage drops and dimming lights. The location of the electrical panel and its distance from appliances can also be a factor. Long runs of wiring can result in voltage drops, especially if the wiring is not properly sized. Finally, any recent electrical modifications or installations should be inspected to ensure that they were done properly and that they are not causing the problem. Remember, working with electricity can be dangerous. Always take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to consult with a licensed electrician. Before starting any electrical work, always turn off the power to the circuit at the breaker box. Use a non-contact voltage tester to confirm that the circuit is de-energized before touching any wires. Wear safety glasses and gloves to protect yourself from injury. Never work on electrical equipment in wet or damp conditions. Follow all applicable electrical codes and regulations. When replacing electrical components, use only approved parts that are rated for the voltage and current of the circuit. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical work, consult with a licensed electrician. By following these safety precautions and troubleshooting tips, you can identify and resolve many common electrical problems. However, it is important to remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it is always best to consult with a qualified professional if you are not comfortable working with electricity. Understanding basic electrical concepts can help you troubleshoot electrical problems more effectively. Voltage is the electrical potential difference between 2 points. It is measured in volts. Current is the flow of electrical charge. It is measured in amps. Resistance is the opposition to the flow of electrical current. It is measured in ohms. Power is the rate at which electrical energy is transferred. It is measured in watts. Ohm's law states that voltage is equal to current times resistance. This law can be used to calculate the voltage drop in a circuit. The voltage drop is the decrease in voltage along a conductor due to the resistance of the conductor. A high voltage drop can cause dimming lights and other electrical problems. To calculate the voltage drop, multiply the current flowing through the conductor by the resistance of the conductor. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for safe electrical installations. The NEC specifies the minimum size of conductors that are allowed for different types of circuits. It also specifies the requirements for grounding and bonding. When working with electricity, it is important to follow all applicable NEC requirements. Regular maintenance of your electrical system can help prevent problems. Inspect your electrical system regularly for any signs of damage or corrosion. Tighten any loose connections. Replace any damaged wiring or components. Test your ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, regularly to make sure they are working properly. By performing regular maintenance, you can help ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable. Also, consider the impact of energy-efficient lighting. Switching to energy-efficient light bulbs, such as LED, can reduce the load on your electrical circuits and help prevent dimming lights. LED use significantly less power than incandescent bulbs, so they can help reduce the overall current draw of your electrical system. When choosing LED bulbs, look for bulbs with a high lumen output and a low wattage. The lumen output is a measure of the brightness of the bulb, while the wattage is a measure of the power consumption. Also, consider the color temperature of the bulb. Color temperature is a measure of the color of the light emitted by the bulb. A lower color temperature such as 2700 Kelvin will produce a warm, yellowish light, while a higher color temperature such as 5000 Kelvin will produce a cool, bluish light. Choose a color temperature that is appropriate for the room in which the bulb will be used. In addition to switching to energy-efficient light bulbs, you can also reduce the load on your electrical circuits by using energy-efficient appliances. Look for appliances with the Energy Star label. Energy Star appliances are designed to use less energy than standard appliances. When purchasing new appliances, consider the energy efficiency rating of the appliance. The energy efficiency rating is a measure of the appliance's energy consumption. A higher energy efficiency rating indicates that the appliance uses less energy. By using energy-efficient appliances, you can reduce the overall energy consumption of your home and help prevent dimming lights. Finally, consider the impact of power surges. Power surges can damage electrical equipment and cause dimming lights. A power surge is a sudden increase in voltage that can damage electrical equipment. Power surges can be caused by lightning, power outages, or other electrical problems. To protect your electrical equipment from power surges, use surge protectors. Surge protectors are devices that protect electrical equipment from power surges. Plug your sensitive electronic equipment, such as computers and televisions, into surge protectors. Surge protectors can also be installed at the breaker box to protect the entire electrical system. Also, be aware of the electrical codes and regulations in your area. Electrical codes and regulations are designed to ensure the safety of electrical installations. These codes and regulations vary from place to place, so it is important to be familiar with the codes and regulations in your area. When performing electrical work, always follow all applicable electrical codes and regulations. If you are unsure about any aspect of electrical work, consult with a licensed electrician.